What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We are back with Digimon Story Time Stranger. Frankly, I think this is a, well, sorry, I started saying something, and then I started double thinking about this. Because I haven't seen every winner at the Game Awards. But from what I've been hearing, this game got snubbed. This game, what, didn't... I don't think this game won anything. Right? Was this game even nominated for anything? Now that I think about it. I mean, I say that because I just did not watch the... I didn't watch the announcements. I didn't watch the Game Awards proper. I didn't even watch the nominations. So... Okay, so we're seeing this introduction here to Digimon Ultimate card game. I really wish they would have just put in the Digimon TCG. Either put in the Digimon TCG or a facsimile. I think that's the right word. You know, like do something really similar to it. The way this game works, I am not a super big fan of, because it makes no sense. Because essentially it's like, draw 5 cards. Their power levels are written on the card with the number on them, and then, you know, but like a 2 can still beat a 3. It feels like there's just like so much chance involved in this that it makes no goddamn sense. And that's what really frustrates me. Because, like, I love card games, but it's just, like, there's too much chance involved in this. To be fair, though, I know a lot of people who, like, who hate board games that I really like because there's too much chance involved in them. And I understand that, but still. And what I mean by chance, you know, like, you know, like when you're playing like a strategic board game like Madara, like Frostpunk, Gloomhaven, stuff like that. It's like, well, I like the, you know, like it wants me to play all strategically and everything with the timing of my cards and everything, but then there's this like random dice roll of how much damage you're doing and this and that. And I'm like, I understand that, but at the same time, I understand not liking the randomness, you know, but I'm like, but I don't know, for some reason it works for me, because again, at least like there's a range. In this, it just seems like it's a coin flip. Or there's percentages or a range or whatever that makes no sense to me. Like this is all it is. You just select a card. I mean, I mean, I get better at it as we go. Like, you don't even deck build. It's just like, hey, here's all the cards you own, and you're just gonna draw randomly out of them. I love X-Type Randomon. He looks so adorable. So yeah, if you have 2 that are the same level, or you know, there's rules on how to fuse these. I respect that they wanted to put in a little mini game in this, but this did not click with me. I really wish. Like there, how did I win that? Why? That really irks me. And even though I had that fusion, and I'm going up against like a 1-power creature, I still lose. How the does this work? I call bullshit. This is what I'm saying. Like, I love the fact that you're like, oh yeah, hey, there's like a card game or what. Like, we want to be like The Witcher and put Gwent in our game, but you didn't design something that had the strategic fun of Gwent. You created something that really irks me. Gwent irks me too, but at least it irks me in the right ways. I need to go back and play the standalone Gwent game again. Like, I started playing it on channel, and then I just kind of fell away from it. But I really want to go back and like play that game again. Just give it a shot. And I mean, I get why they had to change the rules of Gwent from what they were in the single player game to what they were when they tried to make a multiplayer. But I don't know. I'd still like to go and give the game a shot again. So it was kind of a cool, like, there were like puzzle elements and everything. I'd like to give that game a shot again. What was it Thronebreaker? Was that what it was called? Okay, can we all take a moment to agree how sick that was? Rawr.
Right, Egg Thief. It's kind of your fault things turned out this way. So take some responsibility and help us out. And you better believe what I'm saying, or your world is in big trouble too, Egg Thief.
That...
I'm sensing a buildup of power.
I meant to toot my own horn, but that was a pretty good splice. Because I had to, most boss fights I have to do twice. Just because you pop into the boss fight and then it's like your team, like, because for running around and exploring, you want like a varied team comp so you can, at least in my opinion, so you can kind of deal with anything.
Greymon, huh? I know their weak point. And now, take... Huh?
You know, so you can kind of deal with anything that you're fighting against.
I'll make an opening for you.
And then you fight against a boss and like, okay, but now you want...
We'd be wise to...
Now you want something that's gonna, you know, you want the right type of Digimon with the right elemental moves with... You know, you want to build your team specifically around the boss fight, and you almost have to kind of fight it once to. You have to like almost fight the boss fight once to be able to know what your team comp should be.
Super Shocker.
Essentially, unless I beat it on that first attempt, I'm cutting out those exploratory. Those exploratory missions, shall we say.
The head turns this way? I don't like the look of this. Focus your attacks on their head and knock them off balance.
This one is also kind of telling you, you know, like how enemy status works, how they charge, and like how exactly boss fights work in this game. what I had a suboptimal team for the boss fight that I'm currently quote-unquote stuck on. That I say stuck on because I just haven't beaten them yet, because I haven't gone back and I'm so far ahead on recording for this game because there was a time that I just went on a tear. So I really don't need to play that much because I've just got so much pre-recorded, but that's, again, beside the point. But the current boss fight I'm working on, I still need, like, I had a suboptimal team, and I came, like, this close to beating. So you can win with suboptimal. I'm just... And I'm even, again, I guess even, like, the teams I build aren't even optimal, quote-unquote, but they're at least more tailored to the situation.
Now.
Here it comes! Knuckle Peter! Here comes a big one! Put up your guard and otherwise they'll take you out in a single attack! You bet! You bet!
Yeah, so essentially, if you don't knock off the...
You betcha!
Or you don't break them, you know, when they're charging, they'll unleash their power skill. So that's when it's best to guard. Ow.
Watch and learn! Marching bitches! My turn! Strike roll!
Super Shocker! No, bad Tentamon. Your voice isn't right and it bothers me. Stab it.
Now.
Let's do this! Fair fit!
Now.
Yippee! Marching bitches! Yeah!
Launching cross art.
Super Shocker!
Stop it. That's not your voice. Stop it. I will continue to complain about that. Just because it's not right. It has to be the voice for the anime, otherwise it's not real. Dude, Tentamon's voice in the anime, I fucking love that voice. I mean, really, the voice of all of the Digimon from the original, from the original series, just are so cute. I fucking love them. You know, you love Pentamon's nerd voice, Agumon, Gabumon being sleepy. I'm trying to remember if Gomon had anything weird. I always kind of remember him as just kind of like a lazy bro. Like, he was a cool dude, you know, just a chill little guy.
Now.
You know, a little more adventurous than Joe. And yes, I'm going to use the English names. Sora's Sora's, why am I blanking on the bird's, the pink bird's name? Why am I blanking on this? Either way, you know who I'm talking about. Her little breathy sigh voice, you know. I gotta go back and I want to go back and watch the original Digimon again.
We did it! Good. Now's our chance. Run! Lead the way! No clue where that is, but fine by me. Go on, I'm right behind you.
That human in the weird outfit quickly got along with the phase electron life form. Who or what is that?
That thing. Is that what I'm like too?
No, you're not a giant lizard.
Hey, Agent! Look at this! Huh? You're the one we just saw on TV. What in the world is going on here? Finally, a moment's peace. Thanks for this. I'm glad you like it. Now, I've got a few questions to ask. Well, more like too many questions. Agent, can I count on you to help me make sense out of all this? Sure. Let's sort out our situation first. Ask me anything you want, Egg Thief. I'm Minervamon, and I came to this world on a certain mission. But things have taken quite a turn since then. I come from Iliad, a digital world that's kind of a parallel universe to the material world you live in. You came to our temple once, remember? Well, that temple exists in a world completely separate from this one. That was one of the titans that are wreaking havoc in our world. It seems they've been popping up in this world too. I know, but the nickname stuck. What do you want me to say? Still, how would a human like you end up at the temple anyway? But I guess that's a question for another time. More importantly, right now, I could really use your help. So, any other questions? I'm all ears, Egg Thief. I see. In that case, it's your turn to hear me out. Will you help me fulfill my mission? I'm searching for that egg. You know the one. I'm positive it fell into this world somewhere, but there are a lot of things I don't know about your world. That's why I need your help. I see. And what job is that? That's all pretty vague, don't you think? Still, I get the feeling your job and my mission aren't exactly unrelated. Good. Thanks. Appreciate it. Anyway, we've got to decide where to start.
This is all a lot for us to take in. It's already getting late. Why don't we call it a night and figure out our next steps tomorrow?
All right. I'll go look for a place to sleep tonight.
Well, why don't you stay here? The way you look, you're bound to call attention to yourself out there. Who knows what kind of trouble would happen if you run into the police. Besides, I'm sure Digimon would love the chance to talk to you.
Me?
I admit, I'm a bit curious about him myself. Why is a Digimon living with humans anyway?
I bet you have lots
Well,
of questions.
you want to know something, Minerva Mon? Mind explaining why so many Digimon look like human?
Don't worry about my dad.
Huh?
He already
You want to
did.
answer that question?
So let's turn in for the night. We'll have plenty to discuss in the morning.
Minerva Mon's design is so interesting to me. Because she's clearly supposed to be it's supposed to be like a Valkyrie. But then her name's Minerva, which actually that makes me think Greek. But she's so clearly a Valkyrie between the helmet, the wing motif, when you look at her sword and shield when she first
Much
appeared.
appreciated.
So like I said, she's
Everyone.
clearly a Valkyrie. But then along with all of it, there's snakes on her design. Yeah, I was trying to say, like, can I go run around town? No, you can't. It's bedtime. But yeah, but all these snake snake sort of designs, like on her helmet and her gauntlets. My guess is if it's kind of like a Norse god theme. My guess is it's a reference to Jormungandr, the world serpent. But that's my best guess. Her design just seems a little all over the place, is essentially what I'm saying. Oh my god, man, I'm sitting here just trying to stretch and... Gonna have to, before I start doing the editing for today's videos, I'm gonna go take a shower or something. Trying to loosen up. Ooh, the temperature went up since I recorded the first video today. I did the commentary for it. Doing this one almost right after, and I just looked at the temperature. It went up. It's up from 3 degrees to 5. Yay. And again, before anybody thinks I'm talking Celsius, no, I'm talking Fahrenheit. The proper measurement. Yeah. And before somebody says, AJ, do you really care? Like, come on, the whole world uses Celsius. The whole world uses the metric system. The whole blah, blah, blah. I'm fucking around. Leave me alone. I don't care if you use Celsius or metrics. I just also claim I won't fully understand it because I'm an American. So, it's like whenever I watch anime or play games, like I grew so many centimeters. I'm this meters tall. I'm like, what the hell does that mean? where they give their total height in like in centimeters, which is just like, what? Like I said, it's my own dumbass that has problems with it. Kabuterimon! I love Kabuterimon. Dude, I love Tensamon's whole Digivolution line. God, he looks so cool. Yeah, that was a situation of, do I Digivolve him now, or do I wait and so I could not have to be Shitmon?
So you really don't know anything about the digital world?
Sorry if I went quiet there for a minute. Always, people call me when I'm working.
Is when Inori saved me. Everything before that, well...
Talk about unusual. In fact, this is the first I've ever heard of such a thing. Digimon are all born and raised in the digital world. At least as far as I know.
Oh, good morning, Agent. Minervamon's been telling me about all kinds of neat stuff. Like the digital world, and that it's where Digimon usually live. I wonder, though, how come I didn't know about any of this stuff?
Digimon. If you really want to know, why not join me when I go back to my world?
Join you?
No need to be so on guard. Consider it a little vacation. But of course, I can't go back there until I find what I'm looking for here.
Got it. I'm in then. I'll do whatever I
See,
can
she
to
says
help.
come back with me to my world, but he's also a Digimon, so isn't it their world? So shouldn't she have said come back to our world? Whatever.
You mean that Dr. Simmons character? Don't you think she was a little...
Crazy?
You know, nutty?
Okay, you said the nice way.
She's super curious about Digimon. That's why I figure she'd be willing to help us out. Think we can find her if we go look for that car in the park again? Come on, let's head over there. What do you mean by that? Anomaly? What the heck is that?
You.
Yeah, Dr. Simmons might help us out. Agent, Minervamon, let's go!
Yeah, before we do that, I want to explore and do side missions and stuff like that.
Wow.
I mean, I'm afraid to... Nah, you know what? I think I'm safe to call it here, guys. We're getting to the yeah, we're under a minute left. I was like, do I do anything else? I'm like, man. Guys, thanks so much for watching. There's always social media down in the... Keep saying it. I'm so used to saying social media in the description. It's just the backup channel now. That's all I'm putting in the bottom. You can find me over there. Thank you so much for watching. AJ picked Vmon. Come on, do it. there you go. Thank you for watching. Backup channel in the description. I'm gonna go stretch because my back is killing me. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one. Till then, I'm out.